Hey everyone, Andrew here. So I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of an update on the channel. I've put the comment on a few videos now. Our Switch 2 content is getting an upgrade. So I have been using, since it's just what I've had available to me, an Elgato HD 60, which is ancient technology at this point. It is only capable of 1080p 60 FPS, but it's not necessarily fully compatible with current gen hardware. So like with the Switch 2, like it for some reason just I have to use an old PC to handle the actual streaming process just due to compatibility issues. So I'm not able to produce the Switch 2 quality content that I want to put out. So I just ordered a Elgato 4K S. So I should be able to start actually recording and streaming Switch 2 content in 4K at 60 FPS as God intended. And I think it'll just be a much higher quality experience all around for everybody. I think it'll definitely help out with just being nicer in general. I've felt really bad about it. Like, it's genuinely been something that's been eating me up a bit, because we've been playing Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I recorded East content that I'm going to have to redo, but I think I have an idea for that video. It's going to be a lot longer than what I did before. Not going to be comparing it to the original Switch, because frankly I can just verbally say how it performs on the original Switch. But yeah, basically when I recorded the East videos, I noticed that the quality of the capture was not anywhere near the quality of what I was seeing on my display, and it was just blurry and kind of nasty. So like I kind of had to just work with what I had. But from now on, starting tomorrow, actually, we're getting that in tomorrow. Switch 2 content's just gonna look a lot better. Like, it's gonna be cleaner, smoother, and I'll be processing it through my main PC instead of my old PC, so everything should just be a significant bump in quality. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, I just wanted to get that announcement out there, and then I just started storming like crazy here. So anyways, yeah, I want to let y'all know, because I do care about the viewers that we have, and I want you all to have the best experience possible out of us. I know early on we were dealing with audio issues, and I feel like we've gotten that relatively squared away. But yeah, so anyways, just wanted to get that out there, and let's move on to the main meat and potatoes of this video. Alright, so as you all know by now, I'm sure, and I really hope you know this by now, very large Falcom fan. I love pretty much every Falcom game that gets put out. I think they simply make high quality RPGs that are absolutely worth your time. If you want games that are gameplay focused and have decent stories and music, Falcom has not been known for graphics necessarily. Like, they've definitely improved over the years, but for the most part they are a lower budget company that produces very high quality RPGs that don't necessarily look up to today's standards. Like, during the PS4 era, they were making games that looked like they belonged on the PS3 and so on and so forth. I don't mind it. I think there's a lot of charm to their visual quality, and I think the games in general are just exceptional in quality, and they are, in my opinion, better than most RPGs that have come out on the market. I think I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, yeah, Falcom's probably the only RPG developer right now that's making sequels to games that are of a consistent quality and also actually move the plot forward. Because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I feel like game companies have started doing this thing where they kind of make one-off mostly. There hasn't been, I mean, aside from like, the obvious, like Kingdom Hearts 3 being a continuation or something like that, but like, the Persona games, yeah, sure, they all share a interconnected world or whatever, but they're not a persistent storyline. And I guess that's fine. Like the SMT games in general are all standalone. They kind of always have been to a point, as have the Persona games. But you know, there's not that many RPG developers out there that have a built world that with every single entry gets expanded upon in the same level of detail that Falcom does. Like the Trails franchise in particular, like every time a day passes in a Trails game, every single NPC in that world and every single town gets new dialogue. And they all have their own personal lives that are built out with each of those dialogues. And it really adds to the world building quite a bit because you grow to like those characters, you know, they have their own stories that you can kind of follow if you so desire. You don't have to, because they're just little NPCs in villages. But it's really cool, just in general, how Falcom handles that. Because every single day you're getting new dialogue and new story opportunities from basically every NPC if you wanted to keep up with them. And some of them are pretty sad, some of them are pretty happy. Like, it's just in general really cool for world building, and it's neat that this lower budget company does this. But also each entry, like, so the Trails in the Sky trilogy and the Crossbell duology and the Trails of Cold Steel quadrilogy, and I guess now, you know, Trails Through Daybreak and the new title, they all bleed into each other in a very beautiful way that I think needs to be appreciated. And I've already talked to Ronnie about this. When I finish my East streams, I am going to have her sit with me and we are going to stream through the entire Trail series. That is just what we're going to do, because I want to share it with as many people as I can. I don't think I'm going to use the remake as part of that, which is, we're about to watch one of the newer trailers for the remake. I just wanted to give it a look. I have been kind of keeping myself in the dark on it. Just kind of put my faith in Falcom that it'll be a good product when it comes out. But yeah, I want to stream all of the Trails games through, because it is really neat how Falcom has managed to create a cohesive storyline that, if you follow the games in release order, like Trails in the Sky all the way up to where we're currently at, there are characters and world events and so many small things that have happened that get referenced throughout, that if you were to just skip to one of the more recent entries, you're going to be confused. Like, just hands down, there's no way that you're not gonna miss something if you skip any of the entries. There's a lot of cool stuff, like a lot of cool things where it's like maybe a small character from like one of the Sky Trilogy games makes an appearance in the Zero or Azure, the Crossbell games, or, you know, a major world event is talked about in depth in a game that like Trails to Azure has a pretty major world event that plays out that's pretty tragic. And then you go into the Cold Steel games and it's like you get to see the other side of that event, how it unfolded. And there's a lot of politics and craziness that's going on in the background. It's overall, it's such a cool series. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this remake. I'm probably going to do a video of how it performs on Switch too, because they're doing, for some reason, just a Switch release. They did announce the next major title, the actual next mainline title, is getting a Switch 2 release, so I'm looking forward to that. East 10 Proud Nordics has me feeling pretty good about the quality there. Yeah, let's take a look at this new promo trailer that came out in Japan for Trails in the Sky first remake. Really looking forward to this. I think Trails in the Sky is a very underappreciated gem. Okay, all the settings are good. right off the bat hitting that nostalgia tune. And I haven't really seen anything or heard anything from this. I'm actually really looking forward to hearing how the soundtrack plays out. Man, it's really wild seeing these characters in this like newer art style, at least in their original designs. Man, it's wild seeing like younger Estelle and Joshua, Shara. If y'all saw what this game looks like in its original format, you'd understand. Oh, there's my boy Olivier. Ooh. The vocal track. Oh, man. They know what they're doing. Are they gonna do it? Oh yeah. Nice. Falcom not holding back. Man, it's just so neat, like seeing this game remade in 3D with these towns and like, so it has the Daybreak action combat, which is kind of cool. Basically it's action combat, but you can trigger it to be turn-based. Oh man. All right, I am excited for this. I really am looking forward to revisiting Trails in the Sky. So earlier I mentioned I was like, I probably won't use this as the version that I stream for going through the Trails games, simply because there's a thing where the save data from Trails in the Sky, the first chapter, goes into the second chapter, and then in the third chapter. So like there's a save data thing where with each entry, like it reads your last save from the previous entry. And I also feel like it would be wrong to go from a full 3D remake of the first game into the original format of the second game, like when going through it. I mean, I might leave that up to y'all, because it might be pretty fun to go through this remake. It might actually make it easier for Ronnie to get into it, honestly. Yeah, I find it so interesting that they opted to just do a Nintendo Switch version without like an upgrade for Switch 2. Now it's very possible they just haven't said anything, and maybe there's going to be a patch that maybe uncaps the frame rate for Switch 2. We'll see. It's really cool seeing this game in particular remade, and the music so far is sounding really high quality. I'm really excited to hear what the battle themes sound like, because there are some serious bangers in this game. All Falcom games have banger soundtracks. There's when they hit the when did it happen? I think it was about here. Man, Olivier is so cool. Like he's one of my favorite character in Trails in the Sky. I think it's right about here. Man, vocal track. Hearing that vocal track is just it's just hitting me in the nostalgia nerve, like just the right amount. So yeah, like yeah. Also, Agate slapping Tita is really funny. Reminds me of the Kazuma Kiryu meme where he slaps Haruka. Oh, she's so sad. Yeah, no, this is just... I'll go on the record and say I think the Trail series is peak. Like it is, as the cool kids would call it, it is Kino. It is definitively one of my favorite RPG franchises, and I might just have to flash an image of what this game looks like in its original format for people who may not know. At least of my viewership, I know this is probably a new one for y'all. Yeah, I'll show it briefly right about here, and you'll see that it's, you know, purely isometric, like 2D sprite characters with 3D environments. I really find it charming, and I really do appreciate it a lot and enjoy it. Especially considering just how much depth and complexity that the game actually has that, you know, doesn't seem like it would have. Anyways, y'all, I'm really looking forward to this, and I guess I'll probably leave it up to debate. Like, maybe on the Discord area. Hey, in the comments, let me know if you think you'd rather watch me stream this version or the original for our Trail series. Because honestly, if it comes down to it, I would not mind streaming through this version and then jumping over to the original version of 2, because there's no way the sequel to this is going to drop, or the third game are going to drop in good time. Like, these are going to take a while to come out, I feel. I am really happy that Falcom is finally adopting global releases, because that's something that for a while they were like, if a Falcom game came out in Japan, you would have to wait either like a year and a half to 2 years for the English release. So I'm glad we are getting it on this date, you know, here soon. Like, really excited about that. I'm glad they've kind of caught up with the times that, you know, people want these games internationally, like on launch day. Anyways, y'all, let me know in the comments if you'd rather me stream this version or the original version when we do get around to that. I am hopefully going to be completing East Book 2 tonight on stream. That is kind of my major goal. See how that goes. It's very possible I'll run into the same situations with the first book where I get to the final area and I forget to do something that kind of holds me back. We'll see. But anyways, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time.